Sweetwater, and today I'm really excited to show you the Moog Messenger. This is an analog 2-oscillator plus sub monophonic synthesizer. It has 256 presets. It's got a sequencer for every preset, an ARP for every preset with patterns. You have envelopes that are loopable. You've got a really cool filter that, of course, is the low-pass ladder filter for pole, but you can also do 2-pole and bandpass and high pass, all with resonance, and you can modulate the filter with audio rate FM, so very exciting on that. Everything's on the front panel of this, which means there's no screen. This is a very great synth for jumping in, reaching out, playing in real time, and so I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive than I normally do on these intro videos, and so we're going to go through each section really quickly because I love this synth. So we'll start with the oscillators, and I'm initializing by holding down this button for 2 seconds, and I have a simple triangle wave on one oscillator. And as I mentioned, you could sweep through the wave shapes, so triangle, saw, square. And then pulse width. But if I go to the left of triangle, I start wavefolding. And remember that anything that I'm moving by hand can be modulated by Aftertouch or Velocity or Expression Pedal or many of the other sources that are on here. It has 4 octaves. And then you have octave buttons as well for the keyboard. So that way the oscillators can go to both ends of the human hearing range. Now I'm adding Oscillator 2, also with triangle. And all those can be swept as well for wave shapes. And then I can add the sub-oscillator. Having FM from Oscillator 1 to Oscillator 2 is very, very powerful. And I should add that you can also do audio rate FM on the filter. There's also oscillator synchronization. You push the switch, and now 2 is Oscillator Sync to 1. Now, if I wanted to use Aftertouch to sweep Oscillator 2 to get that sync sound, I just hit Settings, touch Aftertouch, and now I turn the knob that I want to assign the modulation, which is Oscillator 2 frequency, and you can see with these LEDs that I can go both positive and negative. And it's just a really quick way to see what you're doing, but now I'll have Aftertouch control over that. And I can do that with anything. For example, I could take the Aftertouch off and put sample and hold on there. Now every time I play, I get a random value. And the Moog Messenger's filter is very exciting. You start with the famous 4-pole low-pass ladder filter. We'll add a couple more oscillators. And of course it has a resonance. But of course, one of the problems with adding resonance is you're going to lose some bass, because if you're boosting in the middle, you're going to be losing some bass. So they have added bass back with the resonant bass button. With it, without it. And this is a big deal because I really love Moog filters, but they do that thing where it cuts out bass when you add resonance. Now it takes away the one thing I wish I could change about the Moog filter, and they changed it. Now I'll run through the 4-pole, 2-pole, the band pass, and the high pass. The Oscillator 2 at audible speeds can modulate the filter with FM. And if I add feedback, which is a trick they used in the Mini Moog, I'm taking the audio out and putting it back into the filter, just fattening everything up. As I mentioned before, the envelopes are looping, so I'm going to go back to an init sound and just show you that. And the filter envelope can loop as well. There's also a sequencer and an arpeggiator. The sequencer can do 64 notes, and there's a separate sequence for every one of the 256 presets. And then the arpeggiator has a random as well as pattern, and there are a lot of patterns here that you can choose from. Let me get a nice sound. So now I'm going to turn the ARP on, and I'm going to go through the different patterns that are available. There's also random. And you have lots of controls over octaves, gate length, note probability, your note pool, gate probability, length, swing, clock division. A lot of ways to make the arpeggiations interesting. And one of the things that makes this a great live performance instrument is that down here you have control over your mod wheel. You can very quickly assign pitch, cutoff, and amp. And can you use them all at the same time? Yes, you can. And you can adjust the LFO rate right there in front of you. So it's very, very real time. You just reach up. Or you can do the same thing to filter. Or amp. any combination you want. And there's a lot going on in the back too. As well as standard MIDI, you've also got USB-C for MIDI. You've got control voltages for gates and pitch going in and out. You've got expression and sustain jacks. You can also bring external audio in. That comes through the feedback knob. You can have headphone outs as well as your regular audio out. If you do not have a Moog sound in your arsenal, this Moog Messenger is definitely something to consider. If you have any further questions, please contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. My name is Daniel Fisher. Thank you very much for watching.